Last week, we arrived with our camper van to the raw beauty and serenity of Baja, California in Mexico. We've heard all the cliched stories about bandits, but there was something else that we weren't really prepared for. I feel sick too.
Very lucky.
We know that there are coyotes around here. We filmed them the other night. They were like around the van. And then they like ran off. We've had these guys on leads the whole time. Even on lead, like, we're just wary of the coyotes around here. And we're just in the van and we've got the fly net up. Sorry, I basically just ran. How far did we run?
Half a mile.
Half a mile. Basically, we've got the fly net up. These guys don't jump out the van, but River started growling and Scout was just gone. We're both in the van. It wasn't like we just left him. We were there, but he just went out. And round here, yeah, you did. There was like 7 coyotes right here, and he just went after them. And they legged it, but he was not coming back. Like, he was like in the zone and he was just chasing them, and there were these 7 coyotes just running off. But they're not small, and obviously they eat dogs, very much eat dogs like these guys. And I was just I've still got my socks on. I'm running through this marshland, this soft mud, screaming at the top of my lungs, screaming Scout, probably scaring, or hopefully also scaring the coyotes at the same time. It just kept going and going and going, and he wasn't stopping and they weren't stopping, and I was just so scared that another group of coyotes was gonna like come sideways and like jump Scout.
So Chess was running, River was running in tow because I was running as well. And then all of a sudden, Scout like flicked a switch, heard us shouting, and stopped dead still and sat down.
I was like, hi.
I was just like, what?
Thankfully the coyotes there wasn't another pack or anything. I was just so terrified that he was just gonna get ripped apart in front of our eyes. Like, he was gone and he was so far away. I literally am screaming, Scout, stop it, stop. They were literally here. And River must have smelt them, and yeah, Scout was just gone.
Guys, there's the van, and there's 2 here, and the other 5 were just on the bank here. And within a flash, Scout was out, hurdled River, and Scout, you can't see it, but he was all the way over here. So we ran all the way through this marsh, River in tow. My feet are soaking. My socks stink already from the pond water. That was the most terrifying thing that has ever happened with Scout ever. You fought him off, Scout.
He took on 7 coyotes.
It was River that smelt them first. Normally Scout's the one that senses things out, but River smelt them first, started growling, Scout, gone. Followed by Chess, gone. Then me, gone. And then River behind, gone. And now River's crapping on her lead. Oh, bloody hell. That was nearly a dramatic, heartbreaking start to a second week in Mexico. And look what I was installing yesterday. Haven't finished yet. But
a little baby gate.
Baby gate, yeah. Oh.
We left Coyote Land behind us and made our way across the peninsula to the small town of Mulegé. It's a little oasis that's the gateway to Bahia Concepcion, a bay that's home to some of the most beautiful beaches in the whole of Baja. Stumbling out of the bar, I'm picking up change off the street. So I think we have recovered from the coyote incident. Just about. This one. Scout, come here, buddy. Come here. This one has been getting so much fuss. We thought we almost lost you, buddy. We didn't want anyone to think that we were somehow being careless with him. Like, we were so careful in that park up around the coyotes. Like, they were never outside the van without us, without being on a long lead. We never thought in a million years that those coyotes would come in broad daylight to the front of the van, like surround the front of the van, and that we were inside it, that Scout would somehow sense them, jump out and be gone within 2 minutes or 2 seconds.
2 seconds, yeah. We obviously thought the worst. You have all those dark thoughts, what could have happened, what didn't happen, you know.
I think that's the worst thing, is your mind playing over what could have happened, because those coyotes could easily just have turned on him, and 1 dog against 7 coyotes, it would not even have been a match. But it was okay in the end. He was okay, we're okay,
Yep.
Everyone's okay, and yeah, what a wild start to Mexico.
Oh, crazy. So, first stop today is filtered water. You can't drink the water in Mexico, not even the locals drink it. So we need to go and find somewhere that provides filtered water. Welcome to Mulegé.
Yeah, Mulegé is a really pretty town, but it is just a grid of one-way streets, and it is very tight.
Sorry.
All done?
All done, yeah. 95 pesos. A bit more expensive than the 10 from the guy before.
Yeah. I can see the sea. Woo! Mulegé is the gateway to Bahia Concepcion, which is this little bay full of some of the most beautiful beaches in the whole of Baja. But it is definitely not a hidden gem. It is very busy. We have lost count of the numbers of RVs and motorhomes and campfires that we've seen here, even just on the roads. And so our challenge today is to try and find a spot on a beach. We're absolutely not going to find a remote, quiet, empty beach park up, but if we could just find a spot on a beach, that would be lovely. So if you have a look on iOverlander, you can see that it's just like a smorgasbord of different campsites and beaches to go and visit. One beach we have heard good things about is Playa La Escondida, which is a beach we actually saw in an Eamon and Beck vlog. It says on the reviews there that there is a white dog that likes to attack other dogs, and we actually saw that dog in their video. I think it was being a bit of a pain in the ass, so we might give that one a miss, because obviously we've got River and Scout. That is our first glimpse of a Baja beach. Look at that water. What an insane coastline. It is rocky and jagged and mountainous. We've got huge mountains right here on the right hand side, and on this side, just the bluest, most turquoise water.
250, 200,
So there's this one, or we can go further round. So
there.
do you know we can squeeze in somewhere?
I'd rather have gone back to the other one where there was that thingy we could go into.
Calapas?
Yeah, that's just like rammed.
Okay, so it looks pretty packed around there.
Yeah.
But look at this! Oh my gosh.
This road is a little bit shit. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. This time it's shit. So looking at it, there is literally loads of spaces here, and it's more spread out. That one we just went to, it looked like you're packed, really packed in.
Oh, I really hope this is not too good to be true.
Baja, we have arrived.
So, welcome to our crib. How cool
Very
is
nice.
it?
Crazy, nobody else is in there, apart from the pelicans. If you're wondering why Chess is shuffling her feet, it's because there's stingrays around, and you're supposed to shuffle your feet to disturb the sand so they don't sting you.
Oh my god, that is fresh. Fresh as a daisy. We've made it. We've arrived in Baja. I think it's cause for a celebration.
Oh, thank you. Very nice.
We have found, I was so excited, found some cider.
Strongbow cider as well. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to leg one of this journey.
Leg one of the trip complete.
Yes.
Now, I know some of you are confused as to why, after we've reached Mexico, we're heading north again to Alaska when we're supposed to be going down to Argentina. And there is method in the madness. We have explained this before, but it was quite a while ago, so if you haven't seen that or you missed it, it might not make much sense what we're doing.
Because we shipped our van too late in the summer into Halifax last year, there was no way we could get from Halifax to Prudhoe Bay without hitting horrendous weather. In fact, the road would have been closed to get there. So we decided the first part of the leg of the trip will be to go from Halifax down the east coast, through the southern states, here to bliss of Baja.
Yeah, follow the winter sun, we thought.
Yes, and we've been trying to find it ever since.
Yeah, so our options were to either stay in the UK for the winter and then start the trip in March and ship over in the spring, or we could ship over in August and see more of the States and come down to Baja. So that's what we decided. So leg one has been to reach Baja, and then from here we're going to make the trip up to Alaska, where we'll pick up the Pan American Highway in Prudhoe Bay, and from there it is straight south, baby.
So I hope that clears it up for a lot of you.
Yeah.
Clears it up a lot for me as well. But
where's this winter sunshine? So just at the end of the beach there's this little path which comes around these rocks. We've just been chatting to a lovely Californian guy, him and his family are here. Such lovely, lovely people from Lake Tahoe. He said, at this clump of boulders by this bush, we can see some petroglyphs, which is the last thing I expected him to say. We saw them in New Mexico, but that was obviously part of like the big national park. They were all there for you to see. I've never seen them like in the wild. A lot of petroglyphs you can only see in certain light conditions, like when the sun shines on them a certain way.
Found them!
You found them?
Yeah. There they are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Maybe 5.
Oh. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Got something here that I can't really make out what that is. This looks like it could be a face, but I don't think it is. Which is one of the things that I think is so cool about them, that you'll never really know the true meaning of it. Wow, there's like a massive bird.
What is that?
Do you know what? It's not, it's a turtle. It's a giant turtle. So there's a turtle there, and I just went to stand on this rock to climb over, and there's something else on here as well. There's 2 more on there. That turtle one is one of the best we've seen, even including New Mexico. Look at this one. They're all here, and then there, we're parked just there. Okay.
Right, my turn. Don't show me.
Okay.
I wonder if it's like to say, it's just me hypothesizing, like this is a place where there's plentiful amount of fish. Like, come here, there's this fish, there's turtle. You know, it could be like a sign to say this is here. Well, that was an unexpected little treasure, wasn't it?
It was.
Going to be watching for the dolphins. Apparently there's dolphins.
Okay, so what have we got? We've got sea bass.
Sea bass and camarones y quebrequén.
And banana bread.
Quebrequén.
Banana bread is good?
Yes, so good.
So
Very
good.
I like it, todo the people. Also, every todo.
Awesome, thank you. Muchas gracias. Adios.
Because we're so far away from any town, and the guys know that everybody's here and they don't want to leave this beautiful spot, they bring food, water, possible water, kayaks, the works. So firewood. So blankets, ornaments. So this morning we have bought shrimp, sea bass and banana bread.
He was raving about the banana bread,
He was raving about the banana bread. A little bit more expensive than if we drove in, but you expect that because they come to you.
That's
a good couple of days there.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot there.
Yeah, so I think we get another pack tomorrow. That's like 4 days worth. It is the kind of place that you never have to leave. Look at this little setup, guys, hey? Look at this.
At the Copa Palapas. There you go. Oh, wrong way round.
He said it was banana bread.
It is.
He said it was banana bread, but it's got like carrots in it. Okay, go for it. I think that's carrot cake.
Oh, really?
But it's really, really nice.
The chopping board constantly tastes of garlic, so this pineapple has a tinge of garlic to it.
This chopping board is more garlic than it is wood. Because of you.
It's so true.
I might have said this before, but pineapple actually scares me. As much as I love it, pineapple scares me because if you hold it in your mouth, it starts eating you. The enzymes like dissolve. I don't know how long you have to hold it there before you start like falls through your mouth. But it makes me paranoid.
Ben has just taken the paddleboard out. It was flat. The sea was like glass, and he's gone kind of quite far out, and the wind has picked up so much in the space of like 2 minutes. It's blowing everything over, and
Of all the times to choose to come out is now, when the wind picks up. Well, I've actually gone quite far. Look. There's the coastline.
And it's pushing him out that way, which is like around the bay.
Need to paddle because we're drifting towards the rocks. It's not good, is it?
It seems like he's trying to paddle back in, but he's just like not moving.
Oh, this is a mission to get back in.
I hope he's okay out there. He's coming back slowly, I think. He's out of like the deep blue water.
The wind has literally just got so strong.
Oh my god. I was worried thinking that you were getting stuck out there.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because it looked like you were paddling back forever and never actually getting any closer.
It felt like it. I thought I was paddling back in treacle. As soon as you get out past this headland bit, well, look how bad I should have stayed in. Look how bad the wind is here.
Yeah, but it's got so much worse.
I said, as soon as I got out there, I could feel the wind.
All the beaches down this bay are going to have pretty much exactly the same view. The vendors come round to all of the beaches selling fish, fruit, water, anything you need. They all cost about the same, so there's literally no reason to leave. And we have got a space for another little van here because we've got some friends joining us. Comment below if you can guess who they are. They're going to be here in a few days. So we're going to get some work done, edit here, and just enjoy this absolute slice of paradise. Oh, and also I accidentally gave the guy $20 extra. I gave him an extra $20 note than I needed to. And he went away and came back and gave it back to us, which is like an extra 2 nights here. For those of you who think everyone in Mexico is out to bribe you and take your money, it is not always the case. And definitely not our experience here so far anyway. So you can take the Brits out of England, but we'll still sit on a beach in Baja and have afternoon tea. We've got a cup of tea.
And a piece of cake.
And we've got some cake. We have one street dog. Scout is chilled, relaxed, knows how to enjoy the sunshine. And then we've got a working collie who just does not have an off switch. Dear River.
Thank you to Josh and Charlie for introducing us to Linda. The first time we were using ours, and it worked a treat.
So we've got the sea bass from earlier, marinating in some teriyaki marinade, which I paid an embarrassing amount for. $6 because I didn't bother to look at the price because I thought, it won't be that much. rice, some coleslaw, and some fish.
Fire cooked sea bass.
Oh my god. 10 out of 10, babe.
Thank you. Do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? Time, and that's no lie. Looking in your eyes, the buffalo soldier, a heart of